Hello, my dear friends. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Today we have Hand Behind the Badge. So make sure to give a shout out as well to Behind the Badge, and I would love to hear from you as well. So today I picked an older stamp set. Let me check the year 2019, which when we say 2019 doesn't seem like that long ago, but in our crafty world, we know that's been a bit, and there have been beautiful things in between then and now. But it's fun. Oh, Angel's here. I'm sorry. Sorry, Angel. I had a miscommunication. So Angel is behind the badge. So everybody, please give Angel some love behind the badge. Okay. Wow, Angel, you're keeping me on my toes on a Monday here. Okay, so 2019 doesn't seem like that long, but there've been a lot of lots of crafty fun in between then and now. So let's take a look at this set, and we're gonna go rainbow today because it's Monday, and why not a rainbow? We love rainbows, right? Rainbows, happy, just fun, fun, fun. Okay, all right, so we're gonna switch down and we'll go down to the workspace because that's where all the fun stuff happens. So we're going to head down. So I don't know if you guys have this set. Let me know where it's an older quote unquote set. Let me know if this is something you guys have. Hello, hello. Oh, my lovelies. Oh, wonderful. You're sharing. Don't forget, if you share out there, you get entered for a chance to win a $15 gift card today to the Altenew shop. And maybe this is something you would end up wanting to pick up. You never know. All right. So we have the stamping that we're going to use. And I lost. You guys aren't going to believe this. For those that know me, I lost my rock collection mini cubes. I had to pull out the big fellas. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they went to. But in my travels, and I don't travel very far, I've lost them. So yes, stay safe, Nancy. It's windy and overcast, and oh goodness. And thank you all that are coming in and sharing. We love to share. So we will be doing this today on two A2 panels. We're going to do one traditional, and of course, what kind of crafty fun would it be without a fur on the scene? I have two furs on the scene. Hopefully you will not see them both today, but we'll see. See how it goes. You guys know my furs love to help. So, and you can't be against anybody that likes to help you, right? It's always good to get help. And sometimes you don't know you need help. So always good. So we'll do one quote unquote traditional birch tree. And then we're going to do a rainbow view of a birch tree. So I picked a few colors. Oh goodness. I know I went a little wild with the colors, didn't I? So I've already trimmed down my cardstock. So we're going to get started with that. I figured it was easier. Hoping you do see them. Oh, good. Yay. Okay, yes, all the bright, beautiful colors. Now, oh, good. Yes, there are lots of really cool things. There's one on there, and I hope I'm getting it correctly. I think it was Jenny Colaccio that did it, and it made me literally laugh out loud, which doesn't happen very often. But I saw it, and she put little arms on the tree, and it said, "Birch, please." It was the funniest thing. I busted out laughing because I was looking at sets last night and trying to pick out a set. I got this set personally because my father, I'm Native American, and my father birch trees were his thing. He loved birch trees. And my dad passed in 2019. So when this came out, I was like, oh, my dad's telling me to get a stamp set. So I have to, I want to be a good daughter. So I have to buy the stamp set. So, and as you can see, it's received no love. It's been ogled from a distance, but no crafty stampy love. So we need to get some crafty stampy love on this set. So we're going to you start with your lightest color and then you build up on it. And so a trick to show you, the old-fashioned trick, if you want to make sure it lines up perfect. And I know you're kind of looking. Hello, everybody. Hello. So excited you're all here to share a Monday with me. I'll share any day with you. Any day. Even if we make up a new day, I'll share that day with you too. Any day, but especially Mondays, because it starts my week out crafty. And who doesn't need a good crafty start to the week? So even though it seems like, why is she lining this up in the die? Since I'm going to die cut it, this way when I put my stamp on, I know perfectly that it's going to cut out beautiful. Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but there are some of these that I'm like, oh yeah, I can cut that straight. No worries, man, no worries. And then, no, I can't. So since we're doing so much stamping, we'll start with limestone. We'll do our quote unquote traditional first. Since I'm stamping so many of these trees, I wanted to make sure that I got it right. And you don't usually see me use my stamp platform. I'm more of a freehand, free stamp, free crafty love kind of gal. But today, because we're doing so many, and because, oh good, I'm glad you liked that, Sue. Glad that tip helped. Because there are so many, and I hadn't used it, and this first one is very dense, meaning there's a lot of photopolymer. So I wanted to get it right out of the gate. So we might as well go through and make all of our trees first. So I've done our traditional with limestone. We'll start with that. And then I probably should choose my colors in better order, but I'm jumping right in with the reds because, you know, why not, right? Right? We just got to jump in, both feet, just have fun with it. So we're going to go in with Frosty Pink. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it and talking about the red, I might want to wipe to the gray off the stamp too. Oh, goodness, you guys. You guys know me. So yeah, I do like the platform for stamps that I'm like, I may have to do this a couple of times. And I keep plucking this off my thing. I think I'm just going to move it. So in this one, I'll have to. I don't think I got a good, not horrible, not perfect. So we're going to go. And this is a tip that I got from the amazing Jen Raza. She drags her stamp so it's all coated. And then to get rid of those lines, she just dabs with the cube and then comes over and stamps it down. And that way she knows her stamp is covered, or I know my stamp is covered because I'm using her technique. But I also can get rid of those lines by doing the dab. Okay, so we're going to keep moving on the Stampin' Train. The Stampin' Train is leaving the building. We're going to move on to Sunkissed only because, yes, good vibes. Good vibes. We love good vibing. We love good vibing. All right. Because it's next in order of my ink cubes, not for any particular purpose. You guys know I don't generally do anything for the particular purpose type of thing. It's more, does it make crafty sense? I think it's a good question to ask ourselves. Okay. Oh, good. You are away from the fires. Good. Yes, we were discussing those at work today. The organization that I work with, it's a Native American organization, so we were discussing that in depth today, actually. All right, so I'm just trying to fill in where I kind of missed. So if it's darker, that's okay. I don't really worry about that. I know some folks get a tad nervous when they have to double stamp something, but it doesn't bother me too bad. If it's a darker color, that's okay. If my next layer doesn't show up, well, that's okay. It's the feeling. It's the crafty mojo. All right, so we've got some soft lilac here from the beautiful shades of purple, I think. I hope I remember. I'm going to try to keep the right hand turns to a minimum today, Angel. And sometimes if you get a few spots that don't really kind of fill in perfectly, don't worry about those because the ink is going to kind of dry its way through the paper too. So some of those spots where you're like, oh goodness, it's a little imperfect, I don't panic about those because, you know, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, I'm going backwards now. Okay, I grabbed a color I didn't need because we have, oh yes, we do need yellows. I looked at my oranges and I'm like, why do I have yellows? Oh, hello. Oh, Helen's in a hotel. Oh, I don't remember. Actually, I do remember. 4 years ago today, and I don't remember. Oh, good. I'm glad I popped up before the nap. Yay. I don't remember, of course. Google Photos is terrific for reminding us of things. So Google Photos reminded me I was on a vacation 4 years ago, and I was in the beautiful Quebec in Canada. And so that reminded me when Helen had mentioned, because Helen is from the UK. So I, in my brain, loop them together. So, but yes, we went to a music festival. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Yes. Thank you for sharing, everybody. We got to share that crafty love, don't we? Crafty, crafty love. Okay. Crafty love. And I love somebody else in here said good vibes. Oh, yeah. Hut, not hotel. Oh, well, I'm so sorry you're not in a hotel on vacation. I thought you were on a nice vacay, relaxing, but that's okay. So, yeah. And some people do like being warm. I'm not one of those people. I would, ironically, I complain about how cold it is in the winter, but in the summer, I keep it, pretty chilly when I sleep only, though. During the day, as my loving phrase to myself is, suck it up, buttercup. So, you complain all winter that it's so cold, so you gotta have the heat and remember it in those cold months. So I try to not visualize, but save visualizations for later in the year when it gets really cold, when it's hot. So, and maybe that's just putting a positive spin on it. I don't know, but I'm going with it. Oh no, no melting. No melting. We need your crafty genius. All of you. We can't have any of you melt. We need all of you. Okay. I was going to say, I moved my stamp set. You guys saw me move the stamp set. I know on Thursday somebody said that she'd cause more chaos in my space than being a good assistant, but I still stick with the vibe. I may need a good assistant here to help me with where I put the things. All right, so now, and the thing I love about this is if you don't line it up perfectly, it's okay. It's not bad. And you can look at your set. So on here, because they line the stamps up. So there's a flat side to this stamp. There we go. That helps. There's a flat side here, and there's kind of a bumpy side on this side. And then this side, so when you take it off your carrier sheet, more of the photopolymer is going to be on this side where it's a little scratchy. So I apologize if my large noggin gets in the way, but I'm going to try to line this up as best as possible. And it lines up super duper easy because I just did it when I was telling you I was trying to line it up. So it goes in pretty quick. Now I just have to pay attention to I shoulda, coulda, woulda. So if you guys do this, make sure you keep a pile and you keep the straightish side all on one side. So we're going to have to keep an eyeball out for that. So I'll let you guys keep an eyeball on me for that. I always say, you got to watch me. You never know what I'm going to be up to. And we're using that stamp conditioning eraser because there's still a lot of that photopolymer. And we want to get that stuff during the beautiful manufacturing process that gives us these beautiful stamps. We have to get all that stuff off there. I'm just going to put this so it supports the door of my Misty, because otherwise it's pulling my door down, and I have had a horrible time with hinges popping. Other people haven't seemed to have had that problem, but I have. Now, another thing you can do, say, oh, I like this technique. Yes, no unsupervised stamping. I should have one of those feeds when we're not live, so you guys can come stamp with me all the time and say, hey, girl, you're doing that. I don't think that's right. So there's that one. No unsupervised. I agree. I think we should have lots of unsupervised stamping. I'm excited to see lots of you at the retreat this weekend. Talk about not being able to sleep this week. Getting so excited. All right, I'm just going to do this really fast while I'm chatting with you. I'm going to get all my lines on one side where it's really, see, you can even see the stamped image. It's got a little, cuts in a little bit here, but this is pretty straight there. Hello, Roxy. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I gotta be careful. You guys don't want me to sing. Trust me. All right. And then I'm paying attention to where I put this. I'm just hoping that as I was having a lovely chat with all of you, that I was paying attention. I'm just going to check before I stamp it down. And, oh, no, I would have been off. Okay, so this one was lined up at the top. So we're going to put that up there and just double check again. Oh, yeah, all lined up there. Oh, the retreat. The retreat is 12 hours, actually more, of crafty good fun. And I say more because there are 6 hour-and-a-half long classes. And then we take a half an hour break in between classes so you can, get a snack, use the facilities, have bone up on your water, get your supplies ready. So it's on Saturday and it goes from 9 to 9. And there are also 2 pre-recorded classes. So that's why I said there's more than 12 hours because there are 2 additional classes. And these are recorded and you get to keep them forever. They don't go away. They stay right in your Altenew Academy and wait for you. So if you happen to be out of town on one of the retreats, that's okay. We totally understand that life does not understand about crafting all the time. So we record those and we put those in your Altenew Academy for you, and you have them available. So you'll get 6 different PDFs showing you how to do projects. So even if you have to miss, you have the recordings, you have PDFs, you have directions on how to create the projects. And it's just a fun, crafty time. We have a good chat. You get to meet some educators, and that changes each retreat. Educators change. And so it's just, and the stamp set changes. And then they have an event package that's specifically for this event. And it's so much fun. I can't say enough about how fun the retreats are. And people from all over the US and Canada and across the globe come to craft with us. And there's a special group on Facebook where people share their creations. And if they were inspired to create a project beyond that, then they share that as well. So it's a lot of fun. So because I'm gabbing, I get gabbing with you guys and I lose my mind for a minute. I have too much fun. So now we've done lavender fields, orange cream, parrot, and coral berry. So I'm basically just going through all of these sets. Any rainbow you pick, any rainbow of colors, you're going to go through 1 to 4, okay, and do all your colors. So that's where we've gone. Now we're going to move on to, this is the seashore. So we're going to move on to Volcano Lake, which I have to tell you is one of my favorite Altenew colors. I would love to know what some of your favorite. If you had to pick, not a family, I'm going to be a toughie today because I could quickly rattle off a couple families I love. But if you could only stamp with one Altenew color for the next week, what color would you choose? It's a tough question, I know. And I have to tell you, being honest with you, mine would probably change depending on the day that you ask me, because I love so many of the colors. They're so pretty. So I probably would change day to day. But today, if I'm picking a color, I'm not going to do Rock Collection or Pocket Full of Sunshine because those are too easy. And I did just tell you I love Seashore. So I'm going to stay away from that one as well. I think I'm going to go with, Warm Sunshine's a good one. I'm going to go with Canyon Clay. Rubelite. Rubelite. I'm so glad you mentioned Rubelite, because I have to tell you, I don't forget about Rubelite, but it's just one of those, I'm more of a muted tone kind of gal. Like, I love sugar plums as my purple. That's one of my favorite purple families. And so I reach for muted tones more, but every time I use, and this is fresh lemon from Pocket Full of Sunshine, every time I use Rubelite, I always ask myself, why do I not use this more? I used it Saturday in my workshop with you guys to make galaxy backgrounds. And I'm like, why don't I pull this out? It's just such a happy, happy color. And it really is. It's just, it's so uplifting and gorgeous and stunning. I just love it. And I almost forgot I was going to pull this stamp off, but somehow you guys telepathically reminded me not to do it. And I'm just making sure I lined it up correctly because we forgot the gray one. Well, I say we because you're here crafting with me. It's really me. I did it. It was mine. Ooh, Misty Morning is a good one too. That is a nice one. The purple and pink crossover. That Misty Morning, so many applications of that. That's in my normal, like, muted tone happiness type family. Okay, I don't know what I did. I must not have done I've created a really unique looking birch tree. Oh goodness. I think it's because I was so used to the cubes I didn't realize for my birch tree has rings. That's all right. We'll try to get rid of them a little bit. Oh no, my birch tree has rings. That's all right. That's all right. Galactic Stream. Oh yes. Somebody just used Galactic Stream on the Small World stamp set, and it was so pretty. And it's not one I would have thought of for the Small World. So I was super stoked to see it. I always love it when you guys pull colors that you don't really, right off the top of your noggin, think, oh, yes, this would work perfect. And you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I not ever use that for this? Yes, and custom colors. Oh, yeah. Custom colors. And I think I have a lot of fun with colors too now. Mixing and matching. So going outside the box, changing it up a little bit. So I'm having fun doing that as well. So putting different greens and blues together to create a unique stamped image. All right, so I think, hello, Ms. Amy Hill, my crafty friend. Yes. Okay, I think my tree has rings, Amy. You came just in time to see my birch tree with rings. Amy's a New Englander, so she knows my birch trees, but I think, sadly, she also knows they're not supposed to really have rings. Oh, tanzanite. Yes. Yeah. And if you, thank you. We were talking about that earlier, the 2019. It doesn't seem so long ago, but we've had so many crafty things happen between then and, now. So much beautifulness. All right. And I may have done that upside down. So we're just going to double check. I'm dangerous when I talk in craft. No, it's showing correct. All right. I did it the right way. Yvette, this is one of my favorite go-tos when I don't want to use a black, but I want dark. But the tanzanite too, that and the blueberry out of that release, oh my gosh. Because the tanzanite was from the jewel tones and the blueberry was from the Frozen Delights. There we go. I always get hungry every time I use them though, because all the ice cream names, so it's a good excuse to eat some ice cream. I was crafting made me do it. All right, so now we're going to go with Deep Iris because we're doing our Shades O purple one. All right. So this, yeah, we'll only get 2 cards made today. I usually like to try to get more in, but I'm hoping that this just shows you that these sets, even if you look at it and you're like, birch trees really aren't my cup of tree. I like elms. I like blah, blah, blah. Those are my favorite trees. But you can make these so that they're a little bit different. It doesn't have to be that you do the traditional birch tree. I think I'll actually give these to a few folks at work because, fitting with the whole native vibe. All right, so we're going maple yellow, capo tree. Oh, yes, capo tree. Gotta have it. You gotta have puns. Gotta have things that make you laugh. All right. Ta-da! Sometimes when you're crafting, you just need a good ta-da. All right. So that was our pocket full of sunshine. Now we'll do the lagoon. And I probably should do these in an order. But as we discussed earlier, why? Let's grab what feels pretty and go. I am. So right before you came on, Amy, my poor tree, my birch tree has rings. And it's because I covered it up. But it was because I'm using the big ovals. You're never going to believe this. I have lost my rock collection mini cubes. That's hard to say. I can't find them. So I had to pull the big fellas, but I was having, I planned the mini cubes and I'm having a wonderful time with the mini cubes, but yeah. So we're going to have to go on an adventure and find my rock collection mini cubes because I don't know where they're on vacation. I thought Helen was on vacation. Maybe they went to see Helen. I know. How can I lose rock collection? Oh, good. I'm glad you love tree stamps. And, Volcano Lake. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's on here. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. That's I like to take, so I am a huge, huge, huge fan, you may have guessed, of the Rainbow Prism collection from Altenew, which is a group of 6 cubes, and they are, a beautiful rainbow. So they involve ruby red, orange cream, warm sunshine, brain cramp, parrot, lagoon, and deep iris. So I love that set, but I also love to say, okay, so the example is Volcano Lake. So pulling all the seconds, so pulling Volcano Lake and then parrot and then fresh lemon and, the orange cream's on there. But it's fun to do that and to pull those in and kind of make your own rainbow. It's great that they let us get started with the rainbow. They give us a direction. So yes. Oh, yes. Yep. I betcha. I always say I have a crafty little troll in my office that hides my supplies when I need them. I think the crafty little troll's name is Emery, but anyways, if it rolls, she's responsible. And I keep checking this because remember, I couldn't remember if I had aligned it at the top or the bottom. So that's why you see me keep checking it. That's why. But I'm remembering to check it. So, I'm doing some snaps on my own for that one. Grit their teeth at the one crooked green ink cube. Oh, this guy? Is that the guy that's making you grit your teeth? I can send him to his crafty room. If he's causing trouble, you let me know. I'll take care of that. He'll be in trouble. He'll get put in the crafty timeout. Wouldn't a crafty timeout be fantastic? All right, let me know in the comments. Do you want to have a crafty timeout? I would love to have a crafty timeout. Please send me to my craft room. Offer treats. Yes, yes. Definitely could do that. And I just have a bingo dauber filled with the Altenew stamp cleaner. And that way I can clean my stamps. So if you're like, what is she doing, silly girl? That's what I'm doing. Yes, every day. Every day we need to get a timeout to be sent to our space. I find honestly, my brain functions better if I've been allowed to have crafty time in my space. If I don't, then my neurons aren't firing the way they should, or my serotonin's not receiving or messages that are going out. I don't know. Something's going on. So yes, crafty timeouts I think are good. Hopefully I get all the red ink off. Haha, I did. All right. All right. And then we did do this one because, and the way, if you're looking at this going, how does she know that? I'm just counting there are 3 different colors. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's how I know. I count the different shades. So hopefully that trick helps you, because you probably, like me, have forgotten what, what ink color you're at if you get crafting and chatting. All right. So pulling this one off, we're keeping it in the right orientation. Yeah, and this one is tough. I was inspired to use the Bingo Dauber from a different stamp cleaner I had. But that one kept breaking, and I wrote to the company and they kind of were like, well, you didn't use it right, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, I can make my own. I'm crafty. I can do it. I can do it all by myself. So I did. So I just bought a Bingo Dauber online. And yeah, it's a paint dauber for like street art, I think. But it works terrific. And that way I always have my amazing Altenew stamp cleaner ready to go. And I don't have to spray it. Because especially in the summer, let me tell you, I spray it, and that ceiling fan. Oh, thank you, Leslie. No, all I have is water, so hopefully it's the hoot part. I will let others answer that, because yeah. But no, just I did have some ginger ale today. But other than that, yes. But yeah, so the reason I don't do well with this spray to clean my stamps is the fan takes it and, because like your embossing powder, it does the same thing except it's liquid and it goes everywhere. And so I was trying to come up with a solution that I could still use my favorite Altenew stamp cleaner. And okay, can we just pause for the cause for a moment? Oh my God. It looks like I'm holding a tree. Or am I? I could be. Ha. All right. So let's finish our little trees. Trees across America. Okay. And I'm trying not to sing because nobody wants that. Everybody says they do, but I'm afraid if I sing, I can never take it back. Yes, hot foil does take off in a hot minute. If you have a fan on, it is hot to trot, shall we say. And oh my gosh, again, pause for the cause, my friends. Oh, these are coming out even more gorgeous than, they're just, Altenew is magic. They're just magic. Because, yes, we make the decisions and put these together. But Altenew gives us all the start and stuff. Oh, yeah. Ginger ale. That's that. And for anybody, let's see if anybody out in the beautiful world, and Amy knows what this is. So I have to say Amy can't answer this question. Does anybody know what a moxie is? Anybody know? Not how you would describe somebody, but it's an actual product. Does anybody know if I said, hey, would you like to come over and we could have a moxie? Does that know what that is? I'm curious how far moxie has spread into the rest of the world. It's delicious. Well, people are torn. I'm on the delicious side. Everybody in my family loves it except my mother. My mother, no. Rest of us love moxie. All right. About to ask, have you had your moxie today? Maybe that's why I have moxie, because I drink moxie. Moxie is a soda, and it is manufactured in Maine. Ironically, not in Moxie Falls. We do have a Moxie Falls, but no. No, it's near Lewiston. And I really can't describe it. I've described it in the past as kind of equivalent to drinking liquid tar. And people are like, what? It's basically like a strong, strong version, really strong, of a Dr. Pepper. So it is a super duper amped up Dr. Pepper, but it is delicious. And I love it. So yes, I do. I try to limit myself because it is a soda. So I try to, limit myself one a day because it's just delicious. But I normally am a ginger ale gal. Love ginger ales. There's just, you had a rough day. Open a nice, I drink Reed's. It's called ginger beer. It's very delicious. I don't know if they sell it where you are, but it's kind of like ginger ale, but they put a lot of ginger. Lots of ginger. And I love some ginger. Ginger's delicious. So, oh my God, again, pause for the cause. Moxie is a main thing. It doesn't have, no, I need no caffeine. My body needs coffee to function in the morning, but I literally have 1 cup because if I had more, like, can you imagine me on caffeine? Hello. Oh, yes, iced tea is delicious. I did treat myself when I went grocery shopping and I bought some of the organic honey green tea. So I went a little wild. I got Moxie and that. So apparently I've been very, very good this week. I got a couple fun treats. Yeah, Moxie really is a Maine or a New England thing. We have one restaurant here called Dysart's that serves it. And there's a little disclaimer that says, if you order a Moxie, because we get a lot of out-of-staters, if you order a Moxie, we will not give you your money back if you don't like it. So it's definitely an acquired taste. So, but I'm in the acquired portion. Oh, yes. Thank you so many of you for sharing the lives. That's awesome. We want to reach with our crafty goodness and crafty love to everybody. And yes, I saw the Birch beer. That is really pretty. And are really delicious. And I'm so glad you mentioned it because, yeah, we're making birch trees, Jennifer. Woohoo! I don't know. Maybe we can tap one of our birch trees and get the birch soda from it. That's kind of like a maple tree. Okay, maybe not. Yes, Dysart's it's what they call a truck stop, but it's a restaurant. A lot of truck go through, so they know breakfast. I don't go there very often. There's a couple of them around. There's a big one, which I think is the one Amy's referring to. And then there's a little shops where you can go and get some of their food, but the portions are fit for truckers. So, and they do have poutine there. Well, not as good. I just was in Canada last month, and poutine in Canada is literally its own category of food. It just, poutine, for those that haven't had, is French fries. So you got to start with a good fry. It's French fries with a gravy and cheese curd and regular just shredded cheese. And oh my gosh. Yes, great segue. I know somebody set me up perfectly for the birch. That was perfect. Now you see my birch layer is red. That's all right. No worries. It's still going to stamp perfectly, except my life has a little more color now. Who doesn't need a little more color in their lives? Well, probably me. I bring enough, I think, for everyone, right? I bring a little. All right. So I meant to grab one more color set. And poor Angel's going, another one? All right, I was going to do some blue on the background. And I think because it was Angel's favorite color, I think we're going to start with Misty Morning. Okay. We're going to cut down some cardstock. We are then going to die cut all the trees. Talk about a pretty forest. I want to be in the rainbow one. Oh, no. I'm making you hungry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, my mom's funny. She'll go, sorry, not sorry. I don't know. It's some TV commercial, and she just thinks it's a hoot. I don't watch television, so I don't see commercials. So my mother always leads with, "Did you see that commercial?" And I'm like, "No." Like, I don't watch live television. Oh, my mother is one of the cutest human beings that's ever lived. So, all right. And I've ripped my trees out. Okay, I was going to say, I ripped both of my trees out of the packaging, and now I can't find them. Oh, but this wouldn't be bad with our cranky cutting. Remember, we talked about cranky cutting last week. I'm just making sure I have the right one. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. All right. We got the masking tape. We got all the bits and bobs here. And then we've got our 3 plates from Altenew. And I say 3 because this metal shim life changer. Amy was cutting the other day. She was trimming out some really delicate sentiments. And that is a game changer with delicate sentiments. The mini blossom cuts phenomenally, but when you have the really, really delicate, like the fancy words, when you have those, it is so much easier. Now I've messed up. I can't find which one cuts it. All right, I think it's this one, but it looked off. When you have those dies, like the fancy hello and congrats, and they have the loop-de-loos and all that, it's really nice to have that metal shim because it really, really makes sure you get a perfect cut. Yes, the mini blossom. Oh, the mini blossom. It is the cutest little workhorse in the craft room. All right, I'm hoping. So everybody cross your toes, not your fingers and toes, because that crosses it out. You know, too much crossing crosses it out. Can I say crossing enough in one sentence? All right, so we're gonna go. Oh, hopefully I chose the right die. That's why we're crossing our fingers, and some people cross your fingers, others toes. But don't one person do all of it, because that will be a jinx. A jinx, you owe me a moxie. All right. Here we go. We need some fun, like die cutting music, like chase music. Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. Oh, holy shnikey. Talk about some love on a project. All right. And then I'm wondering again, did I flip it the right way? I'm wondering. Now, so yes, my advice so that you don't have to play this game, is it going in the right direction? It probably isn't. So line yours up in the same way every single time. And then make sure you start your metal shim back. Otherwise, your die cut machine can't take a good bite. It's like, oh, the sandwich is too big, my friends, too big. So if you put your metal shim back just a scotch, it will be good to go. All right, and I'm just winging it. If it's off a little bit with my die cutting, I should have lined them up like I was telling you guys. So I didn't. Now I'm paying for it a little bit. All right, so I think it's this way. I think I can. I'm channeling my inner Thomas the Train, I think. My son is going to be 27 soon. So I don't remember. And he was more of, hold on to it, all my friends. He was a Barney fella. He loved Barney. And I also still remember, all the Sesame Street songs. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can sing those Sesame Street songs like nobody's business. Yes. Could you imagine how pretty that would be? And that's the great thing is we have the moon, we have the mini moon, we have all kinds of wonderful things to pair with this. And I'm just a look in here, trying to line it up as best I can. But you guys won't have that problem because you guys will make a pile. You'll make sure you know which direction everybody's going in. Because you guys, you know. All right. We only have 15 minutes. So I got to put it into high die cutting gear here. But our cards really, this is the longest part of the process, is the die cutting, which isn't really that long. And I can't say that this stamping is that long because I find that the inking and stamping is generally my favorite part. What's your favorite part? Do you love to die cut and paper, or die cut and paper piece? Do you like to paper piece? Or are you like me and you love, love, love the stamping? The stamping is, because it's, especially with Altenew, because it's magic. These sets come to life. Like you guys saw, this was just white paper. 45 minutes ago, it was just white paper. And now look at it. It looks like a tree that we can actually like go out and take our picture by. A pretty tree. I want to live near this forest, wherever it is. All right, so I'm going to try to hurry and see here. Yeah, we need some chase music. Anybody have any good chase music out there that we could use? Because I'm chasing my die. All right, that's not really music. That's just me doing. But sometimes doing gets it done. Oh, and the final one. The final one. Oh, this gray one. I mean, for those that know me, they're like, yeah, I could have said the gray one was going to be your favorite. And you guys will get to know, I call Rock Collection my husband of the Altenew. Yes, circus music. Yes, we need circus music, big top music. Hi, Ann. Yeah, Rock Collection, I always say, is my husband of the Altenew family. It just, it got me from the beginning. The begin. I did that today. Begin the begin. All right. Okie dokie. We'll put those to the side, and we're going to put our die up with the other dies so we don't get rid of it on accident. And then, now comes the fun part. We get to put it all together. All right. I'm dancing and singing today. You guys, I was so tired before we started this, and now I'm all wound up. And I had a friend that said, no, red doesn't always get to start the show. So red is not starting the show. We're going to start with orange. Okay. And then we're going to go there. And then I'm messing the colors up. Am I doing it on purpose? No. I just couldn't remember my rainbow for a minute. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can just have these going across. That was my idea for that one. But for this one, this is where we're going to take the Misty Morning. I'm going to make sure, because my large tool is so dark. I don't know what I used last, so it's good. I'm trying to get some of the ink off here because I don't know what I used. So we will test it on one side and see. Okay, that's believable, because we're using Angel for Angel today. We're using Misty Morning. So I just want to kind of have like a halo where my tree is going to be. So it just kind of sits in back of my tree. So we're not going to go too dark. We're not going to go wild. We've gone wild enough over here on the left. So we're going to keep it a little calm over here. And this would be super fun to do a night scene with the moon. I think it was Yvette mentioning it. I thought of doing the scene with the moon because it would be easy to make like a little lake in the background, something like that. Actually, you know what? Let's do the whole thing. I feel like I'm leaving the card out on the side. I feel so bad. Like I want everybody to be able to play and have beautiful color on them. Okay. So there we have that. And we have 10 minutes, so let's do some more stamping. All right, we're really quickly going to pick a phrase. Now, there are lots of goodies on here, but this is going out to all of you today. So I have chosen the You Are Beautiful, because you are all so beautiful. And I love you all to pieces. And I couldn't ask for better friends or better crafty friends either. It's a two-pronged effect here. Okay. So you are all super beautiful, and I love, love, love you all. So I want to share this card with all of you. If I could mail you all a card, I would. Okay. So we're going to stamp this, and I'm going to stamp. I always like to stamp on a spare piece of cardstock just to make sure. I like to do it too because I see the pressure I need to put on it to get a good impression, so that I'm not figuring that out on my project. You want to make sure your project is straight. And I find that this mat, I don't know where I would be without this mat. I don't know where I'd be without a lot of my Altenew supplies, but especially this mat. This mat is a game changer. And then if you wanted to, now you're not supposed to carve into trees. It's very, very bad for the tree. But because this is a tree in our forest, it's okay. So I'm going to put a little heart on the tree for all my dear friends out there. This is that. So we got a little heart on there, but in real life, that's really bad for the tree. So try not to carve trees. Okay, there's my public service message for the day. You get everything here. Everything. We have public service announcements. We learn crafting. All right. And with this, I'm just going to do half. I know everybody's like, what? You're conserving foam tape? And it just kind of, honestly, because I don't think the foam tape will fit in a full strip. And I don't want to fidget. I just want to have fun and craft with you guys. So I'm not fidgeting. I'm choosing to ignore my obsession with craft tape. Except it loves me. See, it's sticking to me. It loves me. All right. And yeah, you don't have to put, if you don't want dimension, you don't have to put dimension. So absolutely. If you don't want to do that, then feel free. All right. And because we put the heart on there, I now know. But if you did like this set today, oh no, 47. I don't know either, but I'm not, I have to tell you, Roxy, I have to confess, I'm not, as the kids say, hip. I have no idea what's going on. So I always have to ask my son what's happening. So I'm not hip. I don't know the happenings of the world. So it could mean something. I just don't know. Okay. So if you guys, though, that card, I think it was Jenny, that cracked me up. She put little arms on the card on the trees, and it was the funniest. I literally laughed out loud. It was so funny. All right. Oh, let's see. We're going to, it does fit. Oh, all right. Or it kind of fits. I went crooked there at the end. I was on a good mojo, and then I went crooked. So, And I think what we'll do, because of time. All right. So we will put our orange one. And we will have a good time playing with those later. Okay. I was going to say that we would do. All right. We have 7 minutes. I think we can get foam taped in 7 minutes. I think. Because if I go straight, I should be able to get it all on there. And some of my trees are going in different directions, but that's okay. Ooh, tape is sticky. All right, so what we will do. Oh, goodness. All right. I'm going crazy because this is killing my heart a little bit to not be really. And I don't have to. It's just I'm so used to doing it, of putting a lot of foam tape on. Now for this card, I don't know. I am a big person that is, pro note card. So you don't have to have a sentiment on the front. So I am definitely pro note card. So I probably would not put a sentiment across this. If you wanted to, you could definitely just stamp out one of the You Are Beautiful and just put a thin strip like one of these across your trees if you really wanted to. But I love a good note card. And if you wanted to also, it would look pretty if you did a backdrop. So behind these, instead of me just popping them on to a white piece of cardstock, I think it would be really pretty if you did a night sky or the sun coming up or something like that. I think that would be really pretty. All right, trying not to cut my finger, not to cut my extra tape. I got a lot of focusing going on right now. So thankfully, I've had my dose of craftiness, so I'm able to focus today. I need to take you guys to work with me. I think I would get so much done if I could craft all day at work. I wouldn't. Well, I guess I wouldn't. That's the problem with that theory, isn't it? I'd be getting lots of crafty things done. Does that count? I know this audience. You guys don't even have to type that in the box. I know. It's a resounding yes. Yes, yes. All right. Okay. So the red was the last one because my friend Mary Beth had said one day, she said, red does not always have to start the rainbow. And she is right. We have to share. We absolutely have to share. All right. And then I'm trying to put my darkest side on there. And I went a little crooked, but that's okay. So if you wanted to just to show you what it would look like, rip the heart off my stamp block, pick this one up and over here. And I think it would be fun too is maybe if you ink blended on this panel so that, you know, maybe your rainbow colors. It depends. If you just want stark white across, and this is going to be crooked because I'm trimming it freehand, but, you know, just to give you an idea, you know, if you wanted to, you could do that. So we'll come in for un momento, por favor. All right, just so you guys can see. Yeah, and you could do it on vellum. The vellum, I think, might be hard because you have all that vibrancy behind it. So you'd probably have to do like a black embossing powder if you did. Pardon this here. But honestly, I do love the rainbow because I love a rainbow. But I do love this one too, the simplicity. So I hope that this inspired you guys to take another look. And you can see on the back, let me just show you. You can see you have kind of a bigger tree and a skinnier tree. So that could be fun too if you do the rainbow one to kind of alternate back and forth and back and forth. But just with today, you know, we have limited crafty time. So let me come back on up so I can see all your, I was going to say your beautiful faces, but you can have a gander at mine. And before we go, so thank you so much for joining me. It was so fun to take a walk down memory lane, literally and figuratively for me, because this was my dad's favorite. So kind of a warm feeling in the heart today as well. So I'm already looking forward to the next time that we get to have another crafty adventure, because they usually are. There are a few right turns. I did pretty good today. I don't think I had a right turn. Oh, I did. Misty morning. Oh, oof. I was so proud of no right turns, and I had one. So thank you so much. It's always such a joy to have a good chat with all of you and to hang out with whoever's behind the badge, because that changes sometimes. So thank you so much from all of us at Altenew for allowing us to help you craft your lives. And until next time, happy crafting, my friends.